In the Pokemon Legends of Arceus game, we got new evolutions such as Wyrdeer, an evolution of Stantler, which gets access to Trick Room and Intimidate alongside a Psychic typing. We have Basculegion, an evolved form of Basculin with a Ghost typing and Last Respects that does a huge amount of damage with adaptability. And then a new Genie form in Enamorus, where it's able to do a lot of damage with a Fairy Flying type and Overcoat while being slow that can threaten heavily and not having to worry about Powder Move. This team features all three of them in a hard Trick Room team, and let us see how well that these new Pokemon can do in VGC making their debut. This is a hard Trick Room team featuring Wyrdeer, Ursaluna, Adaptability Basculegion, and Choice Specs Enamorus. The idea of the team is simple: to really just go through your opponent's team with heavy hitters under the Trick Room. Wyrdeer with the Intimidate and the ability to set up Trick Room with its great bulk and Covert Cloak to prevent fake outs from affecting it is really nice as a Trick Room setter alongside the fake out Iron Hands that's max attack that can do a lot of damage. Then you have things like the Ursaluna with Flame Orb that can dish out a huge amount of damage, and you can get in early with an immediate Volt Switch from Iron Hands. The Basculegion, of course, can set up for late game sweeps with Last Respects, and it does a lot of damage. While the Enamorus with the Choice Specs ignores Amoonguss and has really good coverage, especially with Ursaluna. Earthquake plus Dazzling Gleam or even Terrifying Terra Blast does so much to cover for a lot of switch-ins your opponents could go for. And then the Choice Specs Regieleki there is having the ability to go for the explosion set up next to Basculegion if they really don't expect it. If you want to check out the details of the team and the creator, the links will be in the description down below. Hisuian, Arcanine, Galarian Moltres, the Grimmsnarl, Amoonguss, Fluttermane, and Goldengo. Alright. So Goldengo is tricky for my Enamorus, but otherwise Enamorus does really well under Trick Room. It can definitely dish out a lot of damage, especially to the double darks right here. So combination wise, Basculegion probably pretty weak here. I do like the setup, I think, with like Wyrdeer plus Iron Hand seems like a pretty nice way to get Trick Room up consistently for the most part. Ursaluna in the back is really strong. I like the Enamorus. I don't really like the Regieleki setup. The Basculegion could be nice if I want to, but it's not really like a thing against the Amoonguss plus the double dark. So I'd rather just go with these four and see how it goes. I think the Enamorus is going to be like really important. I can dish out so much damage from Enamorus, but the Goldengo can be tricky. I do got to watch out for Goldengo, especially behind screens. We're going to see the Grimmsnarl Arcanine lead. All right. Versus Wyrdeer and the Iron Hands, which is fine. I think I'm just gonna... I don't really want to waste turns going for a fake out anyway. I'd rather just Volt Switch out, probably the Grimmsnarl, and I'm just gonna go for Trick Room because like they're not knocking me out because I got the Intimidate off. Taunt is like the only thing they could really have on the Grim, but that means they don't get Reflect up, which is still pretty nice. Do they have Wisp? I doubt it. They go for Reflect here. I feel like Hisuian Arcanine doesn't carry Wisp usually. I could be completely wrong. All right. Iron Hand's gonna get burned. I'm completely okay with the burn. I just get a free swap into my... I still get a free switch into my huge threat of the Ursaluna, which I think is pretty big here. I don't really see any switches that they have, so Ursaluna gonna come in. We don't care about Wisp. We can just go out into our Ursaluna, get Trick Room up. We have the Flame Orb active. We can go for a Facade, do a ton of damage to their team. I wonder if they would try to sneak in Goldengo here. They don't have Intimidate. I feel like they could try sneak in Goldengo here. I'm gonna go out into my threat, into my Enamorus, and I kind of want to go for Facade. I think Facade is probably fine here into the Grimmsnarl. Let's see if the Grimmsnarl is going to switch out or not. This could be Parting Shot, I suppose. Maybe I should have actually hard read it and just went for the crunch. But let's see. Okay, they switch out the Arcanine. Oh, this could be Parting Shot and then like switch to gold on that slot. Okay, that's smart. Or Amoonguss is fine too. They do Parting Shot though. All right, into the Ursaluna. So that's not too surprising. Is it not gold? I feel like it should be gold. If it's gold, I mean, the Amoonguss can't really do anything to my Ursaluna or my Enamorus, so it's kind of a useless slot. The gold is like the thing that's like really fearful here. This could be Arcanine again, but yeah, okay, it's Arcanine again, which is fine. Did they not have... I guess they don't want to risk headlong into what could have been the gold. So respectable. I think this is completely fine though as a situation. I do kind of want to just go for... Terra Flying seems really good here. I don't need the Terra on my Ursaluna, I'm pretty sure. It does do a lot of damage, but I don't need it. I'm going to go for the Terra Flying into the Amoonguss. Kind of want a hard swap here into maybe Wyrdeer, or Iron Hands is fine too. I think I would rather go Wyrdeer and get the Intimidate off into the threat, which is the Hisuian Arcanine. But they're probably swapping out here, I'd imagine. I don't think you would really want to stay in with the Arcanine at like threat to Earthquake here. I could have went for the Earthquake plus the Terra Blast, but I just don't think it's worth it. Looks like they're actually staying in, so I'm a bit surprised. Maybe they have Protect because we saw Willis, so maybe they have Protect and are going to go for Protect here, or maybe they're Terraing here to avoid the Earthquake. We'll see. Terra Flying here on my Enamorus. I don't think they locked themselves in the Rock move, but we'll find out. They did actually Terra the Arcanine. If this is Terra Grass, that'd actually be really funny because I get the huge pressure of the Terra Blast too, the following turn. Yep. Okay, perfect. That's really ideal here, actually. All right, so Terra Flying or Terra Grass gonna come out. They Spore. Do they not know about Overcoat? They don't know about Overcoat. It is a Pokemon you don't see often. Terra Blast, Terra Flying gonna come out into Amoonguss. They don't have Light Screen up, so I should just knock out the Amoonguss. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Amoonguss just dropped there, and the Arcanine gonna go for a Rock Slide. All right, doesn't do too much damage. Enamorus super bulky, and we had that Intimidate on the Wyrdeer, so very, very solid turn. I guess Golden Go is gonna be pretty scary though coming up. Grimmsnarl coming out though. All right, and again, Light Screen up. I'm just gonna go for a Terra Blast, and I'm gonna hard swap into my huge Ursaluna. This could be the swap here, I guess, from the Arcanine. I'm okay with this, though. I'm going to get some massive pressure with Earthquake plus Terra Blast. They do not have the best tuitions at all to these attacks. Bringing out my Ursaluna to threaten this side of the field. Light Screen going to come out. Yep, and no Protects. Did it not have Gold? I just, like... Because I feel like Gold would have been pretty decent as, like, a switch-in, but Terra Blast going to come out into the... Arcanine, just obliterate the Arcanine because Choice Specs Terra Blast, and it wasn't a Assault Vest Arcanine, so we're able to eliminate it. That's how powerful that this thing is. And let's see what the last mon is, because it is locked in and it can't Terra, so if it is Golden Go, I think this is a wrap here. We can Facade and Terra Blast. We could go for a few things. I'd probably just want an Earthquake. We're gonna see the... Oh, it's the Galarian Moltres. Actually, that made sense. Galarian Moltres definitely made sense as the last. So Fire Ref is actually pretty scary, but I don't think they can break through Iron Hands plus Wyrdeer in time. I think I'm just going to go for the double up into the Grimmsnarl with Facade plus the Terra Blast, which should pick up a knockout, I think, in the Grim. This game could still be actually something. The Galarian Moltres is something I have to respect. I can't pick up the knock on the Galarian Moltres. I'm pretty sure with Terra Blast plus Facade, and if they have Nasty Plot, this is actually like not a great position. Like it's a... Oh, they Protect. They Protected. That's actually like the best case scenario. So I guess they should know I'm like offensive like specs. They actually tire down the Enamorus, so I don't think they know like how like that this is choice specs. Facade gonna come out, almost knock out the Grim, but the Terra Blast will finish off the Grimmsnarl. So fantastic, beautiful. Okay. And all right, super solid, super solid, super solid. I do want to retreat to Enamorus, and I want to Facade the Moltres. I feel like the answer is no. I kind of want to double swap here to Iron Hands plus Wyrdeer, and I want to get Trick Room up. And I think that's the play, because I feel like the only way I lose this is literally either horrendous luck with Fiery Wrath flinches or them nasty plotting. So them nasty plotting getting a +3 with the Berserk boost. So I want to make sure that I don't activate the Berserk boost. I'm going to go to both Pokemon because I think I lived a Fiery Wrath with Wyrdeer by itself. And if they Trick Room, I just fake out into... And if they nasty plot, I just fake out a Trick Room. Yeah, Wyrdeer lives a Fiery Wrath. So I can get Trick Room up. And I feel like I'm super safe now. Because I'm also stalling out that their reflect turns and their light screen turns. I'm just going to fake out the thing and go for a Trick Room. I get a free bit of chip damage, which is actually like pretty nice depending on how much I can do through screens. Might be like exactly the range of Moonblast. And we're going to get Trick Room up. I don't know if they're going to protect the Sellout Trick Room or if they're going to go on the offensive. I could see them going on the offensive. I'm Volt Switching here my own Wyrdeer. I want the momentum, and I'm just going to go for a Terra Blast and get some chip damage into the Galarian Moltres. I don't want to activate a policy. You might be wondering why I'm Volt Switching, because if they protect, I get a free switch to Ursaluna. Facade under Trick Room should just be good game. And if they Nasty Plot, or if they don't, I'm probably just going Enamorus afterward, which would be absolutely fine. So yeah, they protected, and this ends up being really good for me because I Volt Switch out into my threats. And yeah, hello Ursaluna. Under the Trick Room should just be able to obliterate the Galarian Moltres. I'd be shocked if we don't. And now we can Facade very happily. Reflect wears off. Perfect. And Facade into the Galarian Moltres. Let's Terra Blast, I guess, for an extra chip, which shouldn't matter too much. But yeah, Facade should just obliterate the Galarian Moltres, which it absolutely does. So really good. They didn't know what the Enamorus did, and Wyrdeer was able to survive the attacks and get the Trick Room up. The Intimidate also was just like a nice little touch. For sure, but beautiful. Fluttermane, Hisuian Arcanine, Urshifu, Rillaboom, Xianpao, Tornadus. Okay. Very physically oriented team. There's a lot of threats right here. I do want to get Trick Room up, which we should be able to pretty cleanly with our Wyrdeer, which is pretty good with Intimidate and Iron Hands. It's like such a safe combination. In the back, I want to set Basket Legion. I could. I don't think it's like amazing though. I do like Ursaluna because it can threaten a lot. And then I think I really like Enamorus. Enamorus is just so good. It threatens heavy amounts of damage with Dazzling Gleam against their entire team. And next to Ursaluna, it's really hard for my opponent to switch into because ground plus Dazzling Gleam coverage, when I can just Earthquake plus go for the Terra with the Enamorus, is going to be pretty huge here. So the only thing I do have to watch out for is when I Terra. When I Terra is going to be like really important. And there are definitely situations where I definitely don't see myself Terraing with my huge threat in the Enamorus. But I do like the idea of Terra Blasting, KOing the Rillaboom early. That would be pretty nice. I gotta figure this out. My only concern though is that my only ground move on the Ursaluna is Earthquake, which is not a huge like this that I have here, because the grassy terrain is gonna just like lessen the damage that I can do with Ursaluna. But I just don't really like Basket Legion too much in this matchup. It's more of an end game cleaner, and I feel like they could easily sell out Trick Room with the options of like Fake Out, and I just don't. And the Xianpao plus Rillaboom is super threatening, so I don't really like it too much. Let's see what they are going to lead here. It's going to be the Urshifu and the Rillaboom, okay, versus my Wyrdeer and my Iron Hands. So Grassy Surge is going to activate. Why does Rillaboom look so big? Like, I don't know why. It looks bigger than I remember. I've been using it as well. I'm just going to go for a Trick Room immediately. I'm going to Fake Out to the Urshifu because I don't want Fake Out Surging Strikes happening into... Actually, I am immune to the Fake Out anyway with the Wyrdeer because I do have the Cover Cloak. So maybe it wouldn't have been too bad, but actually, how much does Woodhammer Surging Strikes do? They are -1, so they do have to keep that in account, but... Maybe it wasn't the best option to go for Fake Out, because if they Fake Out the Wyrdeer or if they Fake Out the Iron Hands, I'm still in an okay spot. It's literally, actually no, this is the right play. Fake, because again, they can't stop my Trick Room. They can only stop my Fake Out, and the Urshifu's not picking up a knockout here. We see a Terra. Okay, let's go for the Terra. Urshifu. Were they actually going for the double up? I feel like they are. Okay, so they Terra Water. And they did Fake Out. Okay, so this ends up, this ends up being fine because I Fake Out their Urshifu and I get to go for a Trick Room. So they could have stopped the Trick Room. All right, beautiful. I'm max attack on the Iron Hands. I think Wall Charge can KO the Urshifu because we're max attack Iron Hands. So I'm going to go for a swap here into my Enamorus. And I'm going to go for a Wall Charge into the Urshifu, which I think it should be fine. They really don't have switches to Enamorus. I want to keep my Wyrdeer healthy. If they go for Wood Hammer into the Wyrdeer, like I take the attack. If they U-turn, that's fine. If they knock off, annoying, but like not the worst case. Like knock off wouldn't be too bad because then I can actually switch up moves between Terra Blast and all the factors. They don't have a defensive Terra anymore, which is really nice. They use it for their offensive Terra. So yeah, like even if they protect Urshifu, I don't think it's like too bad. We're going to be able to get a lot of damage. I guess if they go Arcanine immediately, but we're going to see the Urshifu switch out. Is this Arcanine? Which is fine if that's the case. Yeah, like that's okay. All right. Wall Charge for free. That's Rockhead on the Arcanine. That takes so much damage from the Wall Charge, actually. Wow. That's a lot of damage. Hey, you turn out, though, the Enamorus, which... Wow, that does like no damage. Okay. So Rockhead, Arcanine... Urshifu coming in? No, I don't know if you actually can go Urshifu here. We'll see. Fluttermane. All right. So I guess the benefit for Fluttermane is, I mean, they don't have switching to Terra Blast. I really like the idea of Choice Specs Terra Blast blowing up the Fluttermane slot and close combat knocking out the Arcanine slot. Or I could Wall Charge, but I'd rather just close combat. Yeah, I'm gonna close combat. Unless their Fluttermane's Focus Sash or super bulky, I should be fine. I don't know how much the Terra Blast damage does, so I kind of am, I'm okay with like just trying to find out like if we actually do. Also, like Fluttermane's not threatening a knockout or anything, other than maybe the Iron Hands with a Moonblast if it specs, but otherwise it just doesn't have enough firepower. Close combat going to threaten the Hisuian Arcanine, pick up the knockout, and then Terra Blast seems really good here. We're going to see the Arcanine retreat. This might be Rillaboom. Yeah, that's why I wanted to close combat instead of Wall Charge. And we still do a pretty significant amount of damage. Let's see if Fluttermane protect or not. I could have also Wall Charged here, but I didn't want to go for like a Terra Blast into Arcanine, and I wasn't sure if Moonblast actually picked up the knockout into the Hisuian Arcanine. Like, it doesn't seem like a bulky Arcanine, but just to make sure. So we're going to Terra Flying here, which is a-okay. Fluttermane protects, which is pretty ideal because I can close combat into Wall Charge the following turn. And again, the Fluttermane has to be super bulky because we're max attack hands and we have a very offensive Enamorus. So close combat into the Rillaboom does a significant amount of damage. I think the thing I really have to watch out for is the Urshifu in the late game, because I need to make sure I have pressure. Leftovers on the Rillaboom, okay. Which is fine. He turns to Trick Room left. I'm going to go for a Terra Blast into, not my hands. I'm targeting the Flutter because I want to see if it just picks up the knockout. If it does, it's an amazing spot. And then we Wall Charge the Flutter as well. They're probably faking out the faking out the hands, I say. Hands is probably they saw how much damage hands did. So I imagine they fake out that slot. They could go into Arcanine, I guess, for the Fluttermane, but I think that's fine because, like, they have not done any damage to my team. They have not done any damage to my team, and they can, if they switch into Arcanine, I wonder if Arcanine actually survives the Terra Blast. I'm pretty curious. I feel like it might, but we'll see. They do fake out the hands because they saw how threatening the hands damage was. The Terra Blast is going to come out into the Fluttermane here. And let's see, can we pick up a knockout in a Fluttermane? Yeah, that is strong. That's Choice Specs damage for you, baby. Okay. Really nice turn, really nice turn. I wonder if it's Choice or Shifu or if it is Mystic Water. Those are the two items I'd like to find out here. I think I'm just going to hard swap the hands going to Wyrdeer because Wyrdeer just seems like a really good position to get Intimidates off. So we saw Rillaboom have we saw Fake Out, we saw U-turn. We haven't seen any other moves, so it could have Protect. I don't think it does, but it definitely could. Protect the lefties with grassy terrain is just insane. Arcanine could come out here. If it's Arcanine, I might just attack realistically. If it's Arcanine, I don't know if they have Protect. Because that was just so frail. Arcanine is going to come in. All right. I'm going to go for Terra Blast into the Rillaboom, and I'm just going to Wild Charge the Arcanine. Let's just see. Both of these Pokemon have to have Protect. If they both have Protect, that's fine. I see a position where I just switch into Wyrdeer and be completely safe, realistically. So I don't really see this being too much of a problem. Because I still have Iron Hands healthy, and that's the thing. Me getting Grassy Terrain healing has just been really tough. And they haven't even, like, gotten any damage on my Trick Room setter. They got, like, a little bit of Fake Out damage earlier, but, like, it's super relevant to the big picture. Let's see. They don't have switches. And I am making sure I cover for any swap, because like the Terra Blast is just going to Oko the left slot. If they go to Arcanine, they're getting wall charge. So yeah, like I don't close combat there. I think they're just hoping that I guess they just don't have Protects and are just trying to hope that they can bluff their way. But yeah, Terra Blast into the Rillaboom slot. Just always a knockout into the Rillaboom easily. And then wall charge into the Urshifu is going to be able to pick up that knockout, I think. Yeah, with the chip it should, yeah. Or Max Attack Hands. Max Attack Hands is actually like really good. I'm actually surprised like how much damage like the Max Attack Hands is actually doing. Because it's like guaranteeing the knockouts. Beautiful. It's like a bulky hands, doesn't run max attack, and then Urshifu can live wall charges. But yeah, not this one. Okay, now it's just the Hisuian Arcanine left, and I'm just gonna... Technically, they can Rock Slide finish me to Oblivion. I don't think they're going to have enough turns for this. I'm just going to hard swap into Ursaluna and Wyrdeer, which seems like the best play possible. As we get the Intimidates off, we can get a Fake Out position with our Iron Hands and be completely safe, I'm pretty sure. Like, they need a lot of flinches. They probably need some crits if they have Rock Slide. I think this just helps secure it because I get the Intimidate off with my Wyrdeer, and then afterward I could go for like Protect, swap into hands, and then Fake Out Trick Room, and then like the game is just sealed that way. Unless the Arcanine has like some scare item, but I don't think that'll be the case most likely. Got the Wyrdeer. Get the Intimidate off, and let's see. Just making sure we play the end game as safe as possible. They go for Head Smash, okay? Oh, that's a lot of damage. Okay, maybe they just don't have Rock Slide, which is fine by me. I'll just Trick Room. And... Actually, no. I'd rather Protect and just hard swap the hands, right? Yeah. Okay, maybe I could start throwing a bit. Maybe I can start throwing. If they Flare Blitz my Ursaluna, and they Flare Blitz my Ursaluna and crit, that actually would be bad. But we'll find out. Protect my Wyrdeer. This could be Rock Slide. They Head Smash the Wyrdeer. Okay, I win. Because I click Fake Out Trick Room. So they do not have any answers. Because I could keep recycling the Fake Out Trick Room. They need multiple Protects if they have Protect on the Arcanine even. And then like 4 hits, I just swap out Iron Hands, bring in another threat, keep Earth Power in the slot. Then I could just swap in Iron Hands. If they do some, I get quadruple Protects on the last Trick Room. Then I could Fake Out Trick Room again and replay again from there. It's just like really unlikely that they would be able to seal up that game there. Alolan Muck, Orthworm with Ursaluna, Xianpao, Dragonite, Cresselia. This is a really cool team. Power of Alchemy on Earth Eater could actually be like really cool. I don't know if they're going to be able to exactly accomplish it. Actually, how am I breaking through Orthworm? I do have the Enamorus, I suppose, but Shed-Tail? Oh, that's scary. That's really scary, actually. I think if I want to lead against that, I have to be really cautious of like how I play against this. I think I want to try out Iron Hands plus the Enamorus. I think that's probably like the best way I can actually break through Orthworm. And then in the back, I like the Ursaluna. This is bulky, and then the Wyrdeer for Intimidate. Basculation would be kind of nice, but I'm not 100% certain if it's like worth it in this. Because like Sucker Punch is just always a threat. And also, I'm just not sure how much I exactly appreciate in this matchup. We'll see. This looks actually pretty difficult. This was pretty difficult, especially if they make some good reads. We're gonna see the lead of Dragonite Shampoo. Oh, they didn't lead over for him at all. All right. Iron Hands plus the Enamorus. If they're Terra Blast, Terra Fly, I'm so screwed. They're not outraging. I think I'm just gonna click Fake Out. But Shampoo could go for. This is tricky. I have no idea what they're gonna lock into. I think I want to Volt Switch the. I mean, the thing is, if they tear the Shampoo, well, if they Ice Spinner, I'm in a really bad spot. I'm trying to figure like who tears between Dragonite and Shampoo. Dragonite, they can actually do damage to my Enamorus. But Shampoo, they could knock out my Enamorus. I think my best play is to go Wyrdeer and Volt Switch. Let's see. I want to see if it's multi-scale. If it's multi-scale, that's really good for me. But if it is inner focus, it's a lot harder. Intimidate is inner focus. Yeah, okay. Maybe I should have went for wall charge and just did as much damage as possible. One of them is Terra. We'll find out which one is going to be the Terra. I feel like it could just be Shampoo, but it's D-Knight. Okay, so I could have faked out. But they did Terra normal. All right. Okay. Shampoo protected, which is fine. I don't mind having hands still around. Extreme speed. This should be going out into the Wyrdeer. Yep. That is significant amount of damage. All right. They can't knock out the hands. They can knock out the Wyrdeer. This is really tough. I don't have switches to Shampoo unless I Terra. I'm going to go for close combat into the Dragonite, I suppose. And I'm just going to protect my Wyrdeer. How bad it... should I let Wyrdeer go down? I guess this question. I'm trying to figure out my position afterward. I guess Wyrdeer does nothing and I'd rather get the free switch so I can Terra immediately. Yeah, I think I'm just going to close combat and let this thing go down. We'll Trick Room in case they don't respect it and they double up the Iron Hands for some reason. They could retreat the Dragonite, but they are just going to go straight for the power of the Extreme Speed, just do as much damage as possible. That damage is just disgusting, man. Ice Spinner, they did actually double up my Iron Hands. Shouldn't KO because of the Intimidate from Wyrdeer. Yeah, that's actually like really huge. I get the close combat off into the Dragonite, so Dragonite does get eliminated. If I had Drain Punch, I'd be able to heal the damage, would be nice, but not terrible. Like, not terrible. We did get rid of the Dragonite, which was a huge thing, and we got a bonus Trick Room, which I'm surprised, but it did work out. We will get the Trick Room set up. All right, who's coming in? I really, really like my position with our Enamorus. Muck is going to come in. All right. I'm okay with letting both Pokemon go down, right? I'm like pretty sure I am. Yeah. They already used their Terra. I'm just going to go for a close combat into... What do I want to target? I feel like I target a Muck. And just Earth Power the Muck as well. They're going to Sucker Punch, which is fine. I was thinking about like switching, but the thing is I didn't want a double up into that slot. I want to get free switches into my threats. So that's okay. They go for knockoff. That's acceptable. All right. All right. Enamorus plus my... I lock into Terra Blast, or I feel like I just Dazzle, right? I think I just Dazzle. Dazzle into Earthquake should just KO the Muck. Just gonna go for a Dazzling Gleam. I'm gonna go for an Earthquake. I also... Just Orthworm is the scary part. I do not have... I guess like I'm gonna get some decent damage though with Dazzle. But they're gonna heal with Earth Eater. I'm just worried if the Shampoo actually gets the position of the Shed Tail. That's what I'm worried about. But I don't think I have another choice. I guess there might be outs to it depending on like how much damage the Dazzling Gleam does. But I do Dazzling Gleam Earthquake here because I don't think I KO Muck. Or they protect actually. Okay. They get a free Dazzling Gleam and Earthquake off. Actually, I'm faster with the Ursaluna, which is actually like... I don't... This should be better for me. Because this should be Power of Alchemy Muck, I'm assuming. Yeah, I just KO'd a Muck. Beautiful. Alright, nice. That's actually a really good trade there. Getting rid of that muck is huge. And the fact that Ursaluna was faster meant it didn't heal the Orpworm. Because I thought my Ursaluna was going second. Because it would matter for our feeder. But Cresselia gonna come in. Huh. I mean, they're out is getting Trick Room, right? I'm like pretty sure they're out is getting Trick Room. I'm gonna Facade the Crest. I'm gonna Terra my Ursaluna. I'm gonna go for the Facade and the Crest, and I'm Dazzling Gleaming. I feel like the out for them is to reverse Trick Room and get a double protect with Ursaluna. Or not Ursaluna, Xianpao. Maybe there's also a world that the ally switch to. I feel like the only play that would screw me over is if the Crest has Protect and it goes for Protect, but I really don't see that happening here. So let's find out. Yeah, they went for the double protect. They didn't get it, but I feel like Crest was trying to reverse Trick Room and then they would go for Ice Spinner. And then it actually, like, you know, with a few crits, or if Ice Spinner just actually knocks out Enamorus, that could have been a threat. But just making sure I don't have that endgame sealed up. And yeah, I'm really glad I didn't protect the Wyrdeer. I'm like glad I just went for the Trick Room. Because like I didn't need Wyrdeer to win the game, and that free switch again would have been fine. But since they tried to double up KO the hands and I survived, I was able to get rid of Dragonite and the Trick Room up, and like my Trick Room tools was just better. Like it really was. It's also really weird Cresselia in the back because it didn't do anything, and then the muck was just directed by Ursaluna. So yeah, very solid. And now we can just guarantee win the game because they don't have Terra. Battle's forfeited. Oh. That could have been scary. That could have been scary. But one shot at Crest too. Ursaluna putting power, and like the Enamorus just like keep going for Gleam. Like the power of this team was really nice. All right, let's go over to games. In game 1, Enamorus was able to blast through my opponent's team, even through the screens, and then I was able to secure a safe win against the Galarian Moltres. Game 2, Cloak Wyrdeer was able to safely set up Trick Room, and then Enamorus, alongside Max Attack Iron Hands, was able to heavily threaten my opponent's Pokemon. In game 3, not a great start, but eliminating the Dragonite and getting the Trick Room set up was amazing. Would have been better to just lead Wyrdeer Iron Hands, but I was really concerned about Shed-Tail Orpworm into Xianpao. These Pokemon were a lot of fun. Choice Specs Enamorus, the Flying Terra Blast, is so much damage. The Ursaluna with Earthquake next to Enamorus is really nice support as well. Intimidate is just really nice. Having an Intimidate and Trick Room user, and it can hold an item, unlike Stantler where it's forced to use a Violate, which means you have to play around all the fake outs, the spores, the taunts. But with the Cloak on the Wyrdeer alongside the fake out from Iron Hands, allowed for awesome setup. If you do want to try out the team, the rental code is on your screen. You can check out the details of the team and the creator down below in the description, and of course subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.